right, guys, in that case, we're going to set controls to outer space. Space now, flying higher than ever before. Rangers in space. Go! Power Rangers! Go! Power Rangers! Go! Power Rangers! Go, go, go! Fly! Go! Power Rangers! Go! Power Rangers! Go! Power Rangers! Go! In space! On thrusters, fire the world. Well, I think you guys, while you sing the song, let me introduce two of the coolest space rangers of all time, if you guys are ready. Justin Nemo! All right, man.
Christopher Kimberly!
Space! You guys, you got like the hard rock metal theme song, that's so cool. Awesome, guys. So, chronologically, those are some of the first rangers we've got on our panel here today. There you go. Oh, that's right, you get for being here first, right? But he's got some competition for the role of Red Ranger on the stage because we got a couple of more really awesome guys here right now. From Super Mega Force, guys.
And Dino Charge.
That's right. Andrew Gray, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, man? Okay.
Hi. And Brennan Bahia.
Good to see you guys. Power Rangers. There he goes. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here today with us. Are you guys excited? You guys have microphones on the couch there. Some of you guys, there's an on switch. You can flip that right there. There we go. Look at you guys. Helmets today. We got a couple more really cool people coming to this panel while we're here. Very excited. We got Time Force and we got Lightspeed Rescue both coming in the next few minutes. But let's get a big start with these guys. Wait, oh, you know what? That's a good point.
Yes, so we're going to, before we get started, guys, we wanted to let you guys know about the charity raffles, if you weren't aware of it. These are the two prizes right here. We have the Red Ranger and then the Wild Force Megazord.
The helmets are not included in the prizes, my friends.
Oh, yes, yes. It's Red Ranger. I mean...
Except for Chris's. Take Chris's.
Yes, and for the Wild Force Megazord raffle, 100% of the proceeds go to benefit the families of the Las Vegas shooting victims.
That's great. And it's signed by the entire cast and power of the Wild Force.
And then we have the Red Ranger is signed by Austin, Brennan, Andrew, and Chris. And all of those proceeds go to benefit the Children's Miracle Network.
That's awesome, guys. All those great prizes. So we're going to do that drawing right now, right?
I know, it's at 2 o'clock.
That's fantastic. Yep. So the drawing's at 2 o'clock, so you can still get tickets. And guys, it's time for Time Force.
Michael, come on!
There he is. Grab a seat, my friend. There you go. Excellent, you guys. So that's cool. We're very glad you guys are here. And let's get, while we wait for Shasta, we can get started with everything. All right. So guys, how's everybody doing? Very well. You guys out here are doing great?
Doing good, baby.
That's what I like to hear.
We got any Power Ranger fans in the room? Nah. I said, do we got some Power Ranger fans in the room?
That's what we like to hear, you guys. Now, you guys, a lot of you guys have been through different eras of the show. You've had a lot of different experiences. Some of you filmed in LA. Some of you guys got to film in New Zealand. Some of you maybe both, who knows, you've been all over the place. But the really exciting thing is what you guys are up to now, right? Some of you guys are still really fresh from the Ranger scene. But if you guys wouldn't mind, take a minute to tell everybody what you're up to these days.
Click. Oh, yeah. Well, let's see. I live in Oklahoma, and there's not a whole lot of Power Rangers hanging out in Oklahoma, but I'm there, so that's important. But I've got two kids, sophomore and a senior. I own a business, and I travel around to see the fans because you guys want me there. And if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be there, so thank you very much.
I think we can all agree it's great to see Justin all the Rangers at these events, right, guys?
Oh, you want that?
You need this?
I don't want to give it to you, but okay. I'm living in LA still, and I write a comic book. And it's LA Crazy Town, and I sell them at my booth. You come over and buy 100 of them. If you want. If not, you don't have to. One's enough?
Yeah. How you guys doing? I live in Los Angeles, and I am currently actually producing a couple different television shows for Netflix, and been developing that for about the past 2 years. The writing process was very, very demanding, but it was so much fun. I own and operate a merchandise company. We just signed a deal with the UFC and with Stan Lee, so we're going to be producing a movie with him in China and a little bit of distribution out here. Just tested for Modern Family, so wish me luck. And most importantly, spending time with you guys and designing a life with the love of my life. Her name's Kelly. Some of you may have met her. She's at cons a couple of times. Other than that, just being happy and healthy.
So guys, please welcome Sasha Williams, everybody. Lightspeed Rescue. Very cool.
Yeah, well, that's a hard act to follow. Well, I'm still hitting the, I'm still hitting the audition scene. I teach yoga part-time and personal training. Getting involved more in cons, which is really fun to meet everyone. So thank you again for all of your support. That is why we are here and doing what we're doing. But yeah, just really trying to spread fitness and health and wellness. So at BurningMedia.com if you guys have questions, always try to promote fit tips every day. So thank you for your support.
Have you guys seen him do handstands and stuff like that? That's amazing. I can't even do a handstand. Yeah, you should go to... That's right, you should go to American Ninja.
Actually, he already was.
You've done it? How was that?
Well, I did it before Power Rangers, and I did better that time. And after Power Rangers, I did do as well. I slipped on something that was, you know. Anyway, but I'll probably do it again this year.
You gotta do it, dude. Oh, we want to see you push the button. We were like, whoa. I've been producing films since 2012. I moved home. I left Hollywood right after Scorpion King. I was like, I need to get into the writing and directing, you know, let those juices flow. So I got Killer Holidays on Chiller TV, was out on Redbox for a while, did really well, sold at the Lionsgate. I got Worth the Price, it's on Amazon Prime, you can go check it out tonight. I wrote, directed, and produced that. And actually I did all the editing, color correction, I just wanted to do a film from start to finish, and invested all my own money in it, did that. And Dystopia, a TV show that I was still trying to sell, also Awaken, that's on Netflix. So I did that for a while. Like I said, I'm still trying to sell Dystopia, the 10-episode series. Michael Madsen was in that. We had some people from House of Cards and a bunch of things. It was really awesome. My mom's my makeup artist. You know, my dad was cooking craft service. My sister's a photographer on set. It was so freaking cool. You know, my niece and nephew, if you've seen them on my Instagram, they're like following my footsteps. They want to be actors. So Shai and I got to play a little part, so that was just really cool to shoot that all in Virginia, my hometown. I had an awesome studio there. But cool news this year is I just moved to New York. I'm getting back into acting full time now. So we're if you're ever in New York, my company's doing all the blimps at Madison Square Garden. So we fly that little ball that flies the blimp drone. You know, films all the fans. So it's we just got that contract, so it took me to New York, and I'm back to acting full time. And looking to get on the next Marvel or something. How about Namor, Submariners, Nightwing on the DC? I'm trying to go for one of those roles. I mean, hey, we're all trying to do it, but I do miss acting, so I did get back into that full time. So I'm in New York, so holla at me.
What was the question?
Basically, just what you're up to these days since Power Rangers.
Okay, so I'm a mom of two. I have a 3-year-old and 11-year-old, Noah and Colin, and they're the light of my life. And my husband, Eli, he's my third child. Right? Am I right? Yes. And my husband's a writer-director. His name's Eli Craig. He wrote and directed Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, and I had a small role in that as the reporter. And then we just had a movie come out called Little Evil in September on Netflix. And I had a small scene with Adam Scott, which was a lot of fun. And my son, actually, Noah Craig, was in it too. He played like the leading sidekick's son, which is really interesting because it's a, you'll have to watch. Sorry, I don't want to spoil it for you. So it's been that, and then just living and keeping up, working out. I like to play ultimate frisbee on the weekends with the ladies, and I get really excited when I score, or catch it, or anything. So I have a lot of fun doing that, and that's just about it.
All right, guys, let's get these questions going.
So if you guys got a question, yeah, go over to where Gemma is there.
Form a line right over here.
Y'all think he's kidding, isn't he?
All right, first question.
This is for Sasha. What was it like doing 2 team-ups? You had like Lost Galaxy and...
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you don't normally get 2 team-ups. So I was
You
wondering
don't?
what that was like.
I didn't know that. They really they circused me into that one. I don't know. It was fun. It was fun, like seeing. You know, it's bittersweet because when you see like the new cast coming in, you're like, because somewhere inside you're like, maybe they're gonna keep us on for another season, maybe. So you're like, oh, okay. But then you're really happy for them too, and because it's a lot of work also. So you're like, okay, I can breathe also. So.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, I had a couple of questions for a few of you up there.
Shocker.
First of all, I'd like to know.
Wait, who are you?
My name's Brad.
Brad.
So
Brad Smith. Go ahead.
No, Brad Jones.
Brad Armpit.
Bad sweaty armpit is my name. That's my name. Okay, so my question is, first of all, did you guys watch Power Rangers before the Power Rangers? Did you watch Power Rangers after Power Rangers? And which one of you Power Rangers is the strongest Power Ranger? And the first question that's going to go to Zane, will you answer that question first, please?
I got that for you. Oh no, you're gonna. Okay. Hi guys.
Oh, that's a very good question. Thanks for asking me. No, actually, I didn't watch Power Rangers before, but I'm glad that you asked because it kind of reminds me of when my friends found out that I was going to be on the show. They laughed at me and I thought, oh my God, I would be stereotyped like, you know, Urkel or something. But then when I got my first paycheck, I laughed at them. I went to the bank with it. Did I watch Power Rangers after the show? I don't mean to disappoint anybody, but no, I did not watch Power Rangers after the show because I just went to work on something else. What was the next question? Who's the most powerful Ranger? There's a guy named Ollie Mansfield that has this really cool book that he's got all this information about Power Rangers, and it says that this silver guy, you guys ever heard of a silver Power Ranger? Because you guys are so red and blue and whatever, yellow. I'm just kidding, you're beautiful. Beautiful. But I heard that the silver Power Ranger was supposedly the most powerful in the world, or galaxy, or universe, or something like that. So I think the silver one would kick every one of your butts. But I know you guys would probably all form together some big megazord and beat me. So, anyways, would you like to answer the question that nice guy asked, Brad?
I really don't blame you. What was it? Did we watch? Sure. Please, by all means, do. Did I watch Power Rangers before it? Did I watch it after it? And then who's the strongest Power Ranger there is? Okay, so did I watch it before it? No, not really. I really didn't. Did I watch it after it?
Like you're answering me. I'm not the one who asked that question.
Oh, because yeah. Okay, there he is. Oh yeah, you're right. He's right there. No, I didn't watch it before, but I did watch it after it. I watched Lightspeed, and of course I did. And I watched some of Lost Galaxy, and I don't know. I think that was it. I don't know. But the red guy in space, he would beat the hell out of that silver guy so bad, so badly. He did have the force, you know.
Well, I'll say something. I actually grew up watching the Power Rangers, and I drew a picture of the Power Rangers for my brother. I say this a lot. And then I ended up becoming the Power Ranger on TV, which was really cool. I tell people when I auditioned for it, it was my first audition, and my commercial agent, LA Talent, was saying you're auditioning for Wizards. So I didn't even know I was auditioning for Power Rangers. After I got the call back, I realized it was for Power Rangers, because then I got the call back for Power Rangers. I was like, wait, I thought it was for Wizards. They're like, no, it's for Power Rangers. Then I got super excited, and then ended up getting the part. And as far as beating, Lucas wouldn't really beat any of the Rangers, but I would just take all their girls.
Got him!
I did watch Power Rangers before I was on the show. I loved Power Rangers, and as a kindergarten, I wore the Red Ranger suit to the ground. I used to wear it to school all the time and show it off after show and tell. And I even wrote down that I wanted to be funny like Jim Carrey and own a red Megazord, so I'm halfway there. After the show, I did watch Power Rangers because I have a nephew who's my world, and he's 3.5 years old, so we got to watch this guy, and he kicked major butt, you know, and I think he's a bigger fan of you than he is of me. No harm, no foul. You're awesome. And let's see, and who's the strongest Ranger of all time? Obviously, Zordon, Bryan Cranston, the Red Ranger.
Yeah, I did watch Power Rangers before. I grew up with Mighty Morphin. I watched pretty much, I think it was till like Lost Galaxy or so, and then a little bit of this and that afterwards. I auditioned for Samurai, and I was like really, really into the audition process, and then I went in like 3 callbacks, didn't get it, was really, really bummed, and I was like mad as fuck. And then, so I didn't even audition for Megaforce, and then a friend told me that they were auditioning Power Rangers again, so I went to the audition process like not really caring, like whatever, I'll just go, I'm bitter. And then I got a call back. I was like, okay, maybe I'll be a little excited. And I got another call back. I was like, oh, okay, I'll be a little more excited. And then I booked it, and they lied to us. Like, they had us drive, because they told, like, we had 4 auditions, and then they're like, yeah, we'll let you guys know, like, if you guys got it or not. Because we already did, like, the screen test, and we signed autographs. And, like, a month later, we didn't hear anything. And they're like, we need you to come one more time to the audition. And so I drove. I was working in San Diego as a koala at the San Diego Zoo doing acrobatics. And when I got there, they made us do like we didn't get it. It was a cold read. Like, couldn't walk outside to read the side. Yeah, it happened. And
I want to see this.
There was silver
so bad.
So there you go. I was doing acrobatics, so I wasn't like cute koala. They are vicious. They will so yeah, in the audition, like, they gave me this box. They're like, open it to reveal your destiny. And so, like, they're filming me while they're doing this, and I open it, and it's like a laminated picture going, congratulations, you're the Red Ranger.
Yay.
So they set me up. They did it to all of us. So, like, the video's somewhere. Camille's, like, crying, and she's like, oh my gosh. So that was fun. What was the other question? The strongest Ranger? Oh, yes, I did. Well, I watched a couple episodes of Ninja Steel. I don't have cable, so I have to wait until it's on Netflix to watch things. But, I mean, I watched the movie. Does that count as continuing? Yes, then yes. And the strongest, like, we can arm wrestle right now. Yeah. Like, figure this out. Or do you mean in the show?
Whatever you want to say.
Whatever I want to say.
Strongest fighting red girl, strongest getting career afterwards, or
I feel like this is like a politically loaded question. You know, it really depends on the storyline, because every time it's like, you know, when they release a new iPhone, like, it's the best one ever. They don't say best one yet, they always say ever. And then, like, the next season Power Rangers, the strongest one ever, and it's always an ever. So I mean, he was strongest, I'm sure, then, and then someone else is probably strongest then, and whoever's coming out in Super Ninja Steel will be strongest then. I don't know, it's just kind of how it goes. So we all have our moment.
I think we're strongest
That's
when we
good.
work together.
I
said I think we're strongest when we work together.
I agree. The Rainbow Ranger is the strongest Ranger. But we all unite.
Awesome.
I did not watch before. I did not watch after. Okay, I watched a couple. I watched Brandon because he was on Tucker and Dale with me. So I was like, I want to see what he did in Power Rangers. So, but my kids have a kicking problem, so I'm like, you're only allowed to kick monsters, right? Isn't that what we told them? You can only kick monsters.
I did also watch, after I booked it, I went back to watch other seasons again to refresh my memory. So I watched all of Megaforce and Super Megaforce. I rewatched Time Force. And then I watched Kyoryuger as well, because my son Tabaki Hirohaga gave me the seasons to watch as, like, kind of, you know, background work and a backstory. So that was fun.
I didn't answer the after. I do watch after now a little bit because my my niece and nephew do watch your season. So it's always on Netflix and now Ninja Steel. So I kind of watch it now. I think my niece just found out that I'm like 4 months ago. She just realized I was actually like a Power Ranger. She's 7. So, and like my nephew's 2, so he's like just starting to realize, like, he's kind of like looking at the TV and he's like, okay, because they'll watch some of our old episodes, but they watch your season and his season, and then the new Ninja Steel a lot.
This is for all of y'all. So, did you guys, if you watch Super Sentai, did you ever have relations to your Japanese counterpart actors? I mean, like the characteristics of your characters. What were similar to theirs?
I didn't really watch it because during 2000 we didn't have YouTube, so it's really difficult to get the Sentai version unless you like went to Japan or knew someone that went to Japan, or just saw it randomly in a comic book shop. It was really hard to get back then. So I don't know if the new millennials today, like you guys have so much access to like some of the stuff that's overseas. It's really cool, but I wish we had that, to be honest, because we didn't have that at all.
I did watch mine, and yeah. I don't know why you said that either. My character was nothing like the Mega Ranger, Red Ranger, Kentadate. He was just a, I don't know, lazy, shiftless bum, and my character was an annoying, aggravating, just arrogant, thank you. Good looking, yes, and humble. Fun? I don't know about fun. Fun might be pushing it. That's also kind of pushing it. I don't know. No, my character was nothing like the Kentadate, so. Anybody else want to go?
Yeah, I did watch Kyoryuger, as I already mentioned. Daigo, I think, and Tyler really kind of were alike in a lot of ways. A lot of high energy and the whole like never giving up thing. That's kind of the. Someone mentioned it to me at my table. It's like really like the core of Dino Charge, and I know that's kind of the core in every Power Rangers, but like it was really driven home a lot because we got beat a lot and like demorphed. You know, I feel like we demorphed more than any other season. Like we get punched and like we'd roll out and like unmorph. Yeah, it happened a lot. You know, so I don't know, whatever. I know they're not as resilient as they used to be. So.
The best way to answer that question is really difficult actually, because we morphed into so many different seasons, you know, and so the Sentai and Gokaiger were completely different. So we really had to make it our own to the best of our ability and also homage that. And so then we, you know, worked with producers who had us actually sit down with them, and then they would go over all the information and talk about how they want to arc it. But he's like, at the end of the day, you still got to be like this lonerish character, so don't pick up too many quality traits. So it was very, very difficult, but we had a lot of fun doing it. I don't know, it's hard to answer. Exactly.
Best team up ever.
All of us. For Rangerstop 5, that's the best thing ever.
Great question. Thank you. And by the way, I just want to thank everybody who's asking questions, because I don't know if you guys know this, that public speaking is like the greatest fear of anybody. And you guys are having great questions, you're nailing it, and you're speaking straight to us, so high fives.
Yeah.
Alright, how did you feel when you found out that the fate of the world rests in your hands? How did you feel?
I had to use the bathroom right away. But after that, I was ready.
I don't think it rested in my hands. I think it rested in Chris's hands because he's the one that killed Zordon.
Oh, you were frozen. You were frozen.
I was frozen, so you just leave me out of this question. I'll hand the mic. Do you got an answer for this? Do you need the mic? Was I in this franchise? Oh, we're gonna pass the mic this way.
I got excited and ready.
My question is for Andrew Gray. You heard about battleizers, right?
Yes.
What would yours be?
What would ours be? You know, I think our battleizer was kind of like Ultra and Mega Force. That's what I'd say was probably the closest thing in our season. And I really enjoyed that suit. Actually, it's one of my favorite suits to wear. That work?
Hey, this question is for all you guys.
What would you say is the most epic episode you all have ever been a part of?
Well, you know, Movie Madness was pretty cool. Yeah, I was 18 years old, living a dream, shooting in Universal Backlot, where, Back to the Future, everyone shot their stuff, and it was just so cool, man. We were all like little kids. That was the scene where me and Jason came around the corner when Koichi called action, and he didn't know, but we came out in our boxer shorts, and we were like, stood there like, and everyone was like, cut. Jason, Mike, can you please put clothes on? We would do pranks like that, but we were just having the time of our lives. I mean, it was just so cool. And just, obviously we all dressed up like women in the episode. And Aaron and the girls dressed up like men, and Rancic wore a tutu. So that was pretty epic to see too. And just so many great memories that, I forget a lot of things. I forgot high school people that I went to school with. I see them back home and I'm like, who are you? But and that was the same year, because that was the same year, and I've never forgotten the memories. I think they were replaced with so many great memories I've had, but Movie Madness, those days were like the best. If we could just all do a movie like that was just so freaking cool, like to just jump in a different world. So yeah, for me, that's my answer. I love that freaking thing.
Definitely the Forever Red episode. That was my absolute favorite. I mean, to go into Mighty Morphin and then, have the shields and then all the different weapons. These guys had to learn one morph, right? Pretty much one morph. We had to learn 20 morphs. Don't ask me to do any of them. But it was a lot of work, and that was my favorite episode.
Yeah, it was gonna be Ditto, but now I can't do that, so I gotta come up with something else. Oh, I know. There was one episode where I had a little skirmish with Zordon, and it didn't end so well for him. That was a good one. I like that. I like that a lot.
Kind of.
So the one that I liked the most was actually Final Countdown to Destruction. Part of that, at the end of the season. It's almost like it was the end of Era because they thought, In Space was going to be like the end of the franchise. But my family was out there. It was downtown, kind of like, young and living the dream. It was like I was feeling like a movie star for a second or something. Had all the sets set up and production and catering, because I like catering. But yeah, right. Now my family was there, and I got to, everybody likes to be the Red Power Ranger. Everybody, like little kids at Halloween and everything, and then big kids. And so I got to pretend to be the Red Power Ranger, and kind of like stand in the middle of my crew and lead the little organization of Power Rangers through this moment while somebody else had the good moment with Zordon. So yeah, Final Countdown Destruction, if anybody knows the name of that episode.
I think my favorite scenes that I did, I'm not going to remember the episode because I'm horrible, but was with Mike Chat, and I just liked our back and forth together. I thought it was really friendly and fun. It was a good relationship that was platonic, and we really helped each other out. So I think I liked our relationship. I also liked our McDonald's movie that came out. That was a lot of fun, and we got to go see ourselves on the big screen for the first time. So we did a premiere in Brentwood, and yeah, we showed up in the Humvee and jumped out on the red carpet, and we felt like really special. So that was kind of fun.
For me, probably season 2, I think it was episode 1, when everyone got frozen and they were all taken captive except Koda, Yoshi, and myself. And teaming up with him, because Yoshi and I would always go and train with our stunt doubles after work. Like, they met 1 or 2 times a week or something. So we were always doing it kind of secretly because we weren't allowed to injure ourselves. So going like to train with them, and like Yoshi and I coming from like acrobatic backgrounds and stuff. So being able to do just that episode, which focused on like our teamwork, was really cool.
My favorite future episode is Forever Blue. And because Time Force is technically the oldest Ranger since for 3000, I think it'd be awesome to go back in time to all these seasons and see them as old people.
There you go.
Since we're technically the oldest Rangers. I always thought about that. We go back to like the space era and then he's like 90. You know what I'm saying? We go back to prehistoric. Austin's like, yeah, we just finished up. One day you're gonna be Power Ranger, you know? That would be pretty cool.
This is for Andrew. What was it like meeting JDF, one of the best Rangers of all time?
You know, my first experience with meeting JDF, he came behind me and went like this, right on my shoulder. Yeah. God, dude. Nice to meet you. I'm such a big fan. And then he was like, "You look pretty good in those tights." I'm like, "Oh, is this a family episode? What are we doing here?" And he's like, "No, I really think that this is going to be a really good season. I'm so happy to be here. So let's rock this one, huh? I'm gonna hand you this, and you're just gonna be like, yeah! And then I'm gonna be like, in your face, okay?" And I'm like, "Thanks, director. I really appreciate that." But you know, meeting JDF is a great experience. His family's great. His kids are great, and they spent a lot of time with us. We had a lot of laughs. It was good times.
Good follow-up.
I actually asked this yesterday for the Mighty Morphin panel, but I'm really curious to ask you guys this since you span a lot of seasons. I recently had the chance to be like an extra on some stuff, and I never realized how tedious behind the scenes stuff can be. So I'm curious, did you guys get any input for your characters, such as, I think Kelsey would be more like this in this scene, or I don't think Tyler would say that, or did they just make you read straight from the script?
They told me to stop smiling so much. Like, Lucas is cool. I'm like, I'm cool. Like, you smile too much, Mike. Lucas don't smile, he's just cool. So if you notice the first time I smiled was a bodyguard in blue with a little girl, and I'm like, she says bye and go, and I do this weird awkward twitch smile. And then Ponce's like, is Lucas, you're a teddy bear. And that was the first time I was allowed to smile. And from that point I was allowed to have a personality. Right up to that point, they're like, stop smiling. But if you guys know me, I'm the most smiley, dancing, crazy. So to play the guy that was like, says the one line, if you ever notice the scenes, Jason would be like, okay, we gotta go here because there's this over there. And then Aaron would be like, yes, I know why this is. And then Debbie would be like, I think it's a really scary. And Jim would be like, guys, I don't know if we should do this. And Luke's would be like, yeah. So, that was my input. I'll shut up now.
Oh, when I first showed up, they told me Jonathan, one of the executive producers, he pulled me to the side and he said, "Do not." No, he didn't have to tell me that. No, he said your character doesn't like the other Power Rangers, so don't have anything to do with them on or off set. And I was like, "What? What do you mean?" He was like, "No, we don't want you to hang out with them on or off set, period, because you're not supposed to like them." And I thought, that sounds a little extreme. I can pretend not to like them. Because that's the whole thing, it's acting. But I guess they kind of realized how silly that is to ask somebody to just don't get along with your coworkers that you're going to be, doing stuff with for like the next year or something like that. So, they like Jonathan eventually, like, I don't know, maybe third or fourth episode, he was like, no, it's okay, you can hang out with them. I'm like, oh, thank you, I'm allowed to now. Okay. That was what he told me.
Anybody else?
I don't think I changed much at all.
Is this on?
I was just pretty like peppy and excited person anyway. So yeah, they didn't tell me. The one thing they had me do was they had an acting coach on our set.
Mel.
Oh. Mel. Yeah.
I want to do this with you because I'm sure this is going to be interesting.
Okay, did you have to put the cork in your mouth?
Yes! Oh my god. So Mel, did she make you do that? Okay, so this teacher was so funny. I never acted before. Yes! So I came from Virginia, so and I used to talk like a little more like mom always be like talk like this and shit. That's how I used to talk. She was like, Michael, and I fall into it a lot anyways, but she was like, you need to pronunciate your words. Work with me like this. Ready? B, C, D. And I'm like, A, B. She's like, no, you gotta keep your tongue out. I'm like, but it really does work, but it's just so funny. She
Because
made
I have my son do it now.
yeah. So it's such crazy because she was the weirdest acting teacher I've ever worked with. But she had these techniques that was like literally I still do when I can't say a word like benefit of the doubt. Like when I had to say that really fast in the scene on One Tree Hill, I was like benefit of the doubt. Like I literally had to go benefit of the doubt. And if you do this like 20 times, your mouth, the muscles will be able to say benefit of the doubt really fast. Like
What? Say what?
see, I can't even say it. That's so crazy, you know, Mel. That's right, because, okay, this is really funny. Sorry we're going off topic, but I met her with my agent, Mars. So she was with Mars Santina. I was just reminding her about this yesterday. So she's like, oh yeah. So I was like this little, like, you know, 17-year-old kid, and I met her, and Mara was like, yeah, she's a Power Ranger. I was like, what? You're a Power Ranger? That's so cool. And I signed with Mara. Not even 4 months later, I auditioned for the Time Force, and I became Time Force, and we did the Partner Up episode. So this is why it's so funny, because we were in Lightspeed, Time Force, and all that. So we had to team up, and then we worked with the same acting coach. I'll shut up now.
Did I ever tell you how I got Power Rangers? Did you? No? Oh, I was working as a courier, delivering scripts and photographs back in the day, because this was, we had computers, they just didn't, send stuff like that yet. So I was driving around LA getting speeding tickets, trying to get cool stuff on time. So, yeah, my manager walked into the office. He goes, hey, do you want to be a Power Ranger? And I was like, yeah. And I gave him my headshot, of course. Oh, it was on me, right? We're actors. And I gave him my headshot, and he gave me the sides that evening, and I worked with him on it. The next day I had the audition, and that was a Friday. I got the call back on Monday. They're like, can you wear something a little bit more form-fitting? So, because you have to wear the suit, right? And Monday night, I found out that I got Power Rangers. Wow. And it was just, that was it. And I was like, I was like, my heart was racing so fast. And this was before cell phones, people.
Yeah.
So, like, I was paging my mom. She wasn't answering, and I was like playing video games, just trying to keep like my mind like straight, like because I couldn't tell anybody. I was so excited. This thing is not needed, right?
Not needed.
No. That's my story.
I love your story. You're the fastest Power Ranger on the planet.
Yeah, that was pretty.
And most people are like audition for
I was
months.
like, I'm not that fast. I have asthma.
Form fitting. Just don't make me do a flip.
Oh, I did flip stuff.
I'll get
I
out.
was a gymnast. I just can't. And I can run now. I'm good.
Better.
I'm better. Yeah, I got lung capacity.
Now you can really be a Power Ranger.
I know. Let's do it.
Let's do it. What time is it?
It's
Time for Time Force.
Next question over there.
Alright, since next year's the 25th anniversary of Power Rangers, if Ham Saban asked you all to come back for a reunion episode, would you do it? Everyone else
Yeah.
Next question.
This is for Christopher and Brennan. What was your reaction when you first saw your battleizers?
You want me to go ahead?
Either way.
I was on set, I think we were in Long Beach, and Hiroshi, who was like the head stunt guy on our team, he was always the red guy. So he comes out, and he's wearing this suit with the giant, like, plastic wings, and it's just like muscle, like on top of muscle, on top of muscle. It looks ridiculous. And I'm looking at that, I'm like, what the hell is that? Why does he look like that? That's just insane. And they're like, that's your new thing. And I was like, but what is it? And they're like, yeah, it's a battleizer. And I was like, okay, I don't know what the hell that means. And they're like, yeah, you got wings and you got laser hands now. And I was like, it's done? What else do I need now? All right. I win.
Yeah, well, I make a lot of dumb connections with my mind. Like, I'm from Redlands, California, and I was like, oh, Redlands, I'm a Red Ranger, that's so cool. Like, and right, I know. And I saw Kyo Rouger, so I already watched carnival mode before I saw my Dino Supercharged, so I was already aware. And then I was like, oh, carnival mode? That's like circuses. I'm a circus performer. So cool. So like, I don't know. I mean, it was interesting though, because like my main stunt double, because we had a couple different ones. And hi, Michael. And one, Akihiro Haga, he had to come up with a new kind of sequence when I morphed into Supercharged. He morphed, whatever. And because we don't do the dance, you know, from Kyoryuger. So it was just, I kept seeing him like spinning in a circle trying to figure out what to do. I was like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm coming up with your battleizer moves. I was like, oh, cool. And then it was in the show. I was like, oh, I get it now. Right on. All right, cool. So yeah, it was fun. But I like the circus thing. That made it for me.
This is for Christopher and Andrew. Who will win a fight? Androids or Troy?
You can put it on like, what's that, Batwing of the Sun?
Batwing?
Yeah, Batwing.
Oh, no, Bat in the Sun.
Bat in the Sun?
Yeah.
I guess you have to pitch it to them and have it figured out.
Or Death Battle. That was one. That's the one.
Death Battle.
Link versus Cloud, right? So,
You know what I really don't understand? How they make like all the Rangers like super buff, right? Aren't they supposed to be like teenagers?
Yeah.
They're just like roided out. You know? Not original.
Yeah, my toy has boobs. You see my toy at the table. They give us like that year. I don't know why they gave our 12-inch doll these like big. They didn't even look like chest. It's just weird from like the side angle. It's legit like. What?
Hi guys, big fan of all of you. My question is, what do you think your character's really doing right now with their lives after being raised?
Chris, you want to handle this?
Yeah, we're gonna do this again.
We've done this. We're doing it again.
This is round 2 for us. So Andros is now a Sith Lord.
It's true.
Right?
It's true. Part 1.
That's the first part of all of this. Going around, you know, taking over the galaxy and all this stuff. And
well, I was waiting for Saban to make Forever Red 2. He was taking too long, so Tyler's like, hey, everyone went back to their normal lives. He took all the Energems, traveled back in time, recruited himself 11 other times to make Forever Red 2 with 12 Tylers to fight the Sith Lord. So that's canon. So yeah, we improv that on the spot. What con was that? It was in Pasadena.
YesterCon.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know, that's just our story now. So, you know, take it or leave it, but you should take it. So.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
I think Lucas would have teamed up with Neo in the Matrix, and learned a couple moves or two. I don't know. I don't have anything. Let me go back in time and see all the. We'll go back in time and help them do what they're doing. That's what we do. Bam.
Or you race cars through time.
You can race cars through time too.
Or
have that weird mixer that beats our butt through space. Like, what was that? Like let me send you through time.
Or how about
the weirdest thing. We're like, really?
Or how about go through the movie Madness world and save that girl that you were.
Oh yeah, go through movie Madness and go kiss Scarlett Johansson. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that would be good.
My character was like trying to hook up with Astronema, so I would imagine by this time I'd be a grandpa with a whole bunch of those.
Then you'd be brother-in-laws.
You thought I said hoe in the galaxy? Ah! You get your head out of the gutter.
Yes.
Yes.
And I would be an ecological hero that fell into nuclear waste because I was hazmat rescue. I don't know. And hoping the planet.
And then you got superpowers, so you have that way.
Exactly.
Yeah, so another power.
You're with me.
I'm here for you.
I'd like to point out something. The guy that asked that question, can you stand back up? Would you demonstrate that shirt you got on? That is so cool. A really cool shirt. Good question. Good question. We're probably getting pretty close to the end of our panel thing, time-wise or something like that. And I just wanted to make sure that I threw something out there at you guys. I told everybody when I was coming to the Rangerstop that there was going to be something really cool that I was going to give away. So I don't want to cut everybody off of their questions or something like that, but there's something taped to the bottom of 3 chairs in here. So if you can find something on the bottom of your chair that looks like a little Justin sticker thing. Hey, she's got one. Looks just like that. So there's going to be 2 more of those in here somewhere. There's a second one. We got a second one. So now we need. That's not it. No. We got 2 out of 3. We're looking for a third one. Yeah, we went through this one.
Sorry. Yeah, going low.
The third one's a lie.
There's one. She found it. All right. Okay. So here's the trick. I was going to give something away because coming to Rangerstop is really fun, and I like being all fans. So if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here, and I want to show a little appreciation. So out of the 3 things that you've got there, that you're all 3 going to be winners for starters, just so you know. Everybody else is a winner as well. So don't want to get left out. So there'll be 3 good prizes, and the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to ask her to give me a number between 1 and 5. 3 people that have those little stickers are going to give me a number, and whoever is the farthest from her number will be in 3rd place, and then we'll do it again, and whoever gets the closest to the number is going to be in 1st place. So let me give you the prizes. 3rd place is going to be a picture of your choice at my table, signed. 2nd choice, a t-shirt, and winner number 1 is this cool jacket right behind me. Okie dokie. So you know who you are, and I'm going to get me a number whispered in my ear. Okay, so will you stand up, please? Okay, pick a number between 1 and 5, and remember, the farthest from this number will be in 3rd place.
1.
Okay, and front row, she's got the sticker in her hand. The farthest from the number will be in 3rd place. She's already picked one. 2. Okay, your number? Okay, so the number was?
4, of course.
Okay, so number 1 is in 3rd place. You can come to my table and pick up a photo. Okay, you'll come to my table and pick up a photo. All right, now we got the 2 again, and just so that you guys know, I did not put these stickers under the chairs. Somebody that worked for Rangerstop did that, so this was not some kind of rigged thing, by no means. So we're going to do it again between 1 and 5. The closest is going to be 1st place. All right, so you got to whisper in my ear a number between 1 and 5. No, let's do this different. Let's do a number between 50 and 100. I said between 50 and 100, and she said 41. Can we do this over? Let's do this over. Between 0 and 100. Okay, the closest to this number will win 1st place.
75.
He picked 75. Closest to the number that she said in my ear, between 0 and 100, and he said 75. And your number that you said was?
86.
You're in 1st place. So congratulations. Sorry to interrupt all of that, but congratulations. Thank you. Come to the table for a t-shirt later. And next question.
That was fun.
It's fun. One is who's your favorite 6 Ranger, and the second one is what was your favorite season.
was our favorite Sixth Ranger?
From a different, we're all gonna pick our own, so different season.
See, different season.
Okay.
My favorite.
Fair enough.
Just say me. It doesn't matter. Just say me. Raphael. He's my favorite Sixth Ranger. I'm allowed to.
Is Cameron Gibo a different season than me? Yeah. Is Cameron Gibo a Sixth Ranger?
Yes.
I'd pick him.
Red Fisher. Red Fisher. Yeah. Red's good. I like red.
Do you have any Quantum fans out there?
Yeah, Quantum Ranger for me, for sure. I actually, again, I'm a dork, so my wedding ring, it's like a sundial, it comes apart and stuff, so I called it the Quantum ring, but, you know, there you go.
From the movie Rita Repulsa.
I would pick this guy. Yeah. Right? And caring, giving.
Hello, stop
all around wonderful guy. Do I have anything? Sorry.
Oh. Also, what is your favorite season? Or
It was also what's your favorite season.
okay.
That's not yours.
That's not ours.
Jungle Fury.
Okay, yeah. Wild Force. It had Forever Red. Anything that has more of me in it. I didn't watch Power Rangers before or after, I'm sorry. Told you that. But Ninja Still's cool. Sounds great. I like it. Ninja Still's my answer. Good answer.
Yeah, they're all too good to choose. I just can't make up my mind. All of the above. D.
Favorite season?
Then you're off.
Time Force. I like Time Force.
You know it.
Other people go, or is that just me? We were talking about my ring. So what were your guys'? I didn't hear it. Okay, cool. I wasn't paying attention.
They were very focused on his ring.
You guys were talking over there, weren't you? She had the
No, you
wonderful answer.
I was starstruck. Have you stared him in the eyes? I mean, come on. I think he just stole my wedding ring.
We're married now. We're gonna have a Purple Ranger.
I already have one. I have two. The old guy, you know, was like Ranger for like 5 seconds. You know, it counts. Nice drop in the ring.
Okay, so this is a two-part question. What, and this is for all y'all, by the way. Which episodes were your favorite, and which one was your least favorite?
In our own seasons?
It could be any season.
We kind of had already answered this one. Do you have another question? Because remember we said our favorite episodes.
Oh, okay. And did you get to keep any props from your own shows?
What was it?
Did you guys get to keep any of your props from your own shows?
Absolutely not. There's a guy named JDF that took everything. So, yes, he did. And since then, all of us got stuck not even getting anything.
Not true.
Not true.
What? Unless you were able. And I know Jessica Rae got her suit, and that's not fair. I guess you had to really butter up with the wardrobe department. But
Yeah, I got the Lightspeed jacket at the wrap party, which was awesome. And then I got the Morpher and toys. We went to Fox and they let us pick out toys, and I did not know. I was like, oh, I'll take one. I'm cool.
Yeah.
Mike, I think, was just like, yeah, do this. He's like such a smart businessman. And yeah, we got that. And then I got this really cool backpack at the wrap party that has like Power Rangers, Lightspeed Rescue on it with everybody signed it. So it was really cool.
I One of the cool things that I got was the chair that I sat in. I think that was really cool.
The chair back.
Yeah, the chair back. You know, like when you're sitting in your chair and it's got your name on it. That I get to keep that. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, I got the chair back too. As far as the toys go, they gave me the first toy for my season, the first one that came out, and then I had to buy all the other ones. I kind of thought, that's kind of not really cool. That's me in the box right there. I mean, can you just give me one? You know? I didn't get, other than the back of the chair, no, I didn't get anything else. I did buy one of the jackets, not the flight suit jacket, but the jacket that I was wearing when Tracy and I, Ashley and Andros were on a date and we're getting run over by a Humvee. It was yes, it was like a black leather jacket, and on the inside the lining was red. It was really shiny. I bought that. But, yeah, that was all I got. So. But you were right. Jason Frank stole everything. He took everything and he showed it all off to me too, and I'm just like this. Cute.
They gave us a piece of paper that said, make a list of everything that you would like to have, and had us all turn them in, and then they said, you're not going to get any of these. Got ya! So what I ended up doing is taking my jacket, which I'm wearing right now. So I took my jacket, and it's obviously got a lot of miles on it, so that was great. And what else? Oh, actually, when we wrapped, Saban called us into the office to watch a couple of the episodes on their big screens, and that was a lot of fun. And then they're like, you know what? Yeah, we got a surprise for you. This is super random. Come follow us. So we go into like their warehouse, and you open it up. It's like, ah! All the Power Ranger toys like you can ever imagine in there from every single season, like wall-to-wall Bandai stuff. So I literally took about a suitcase full of stuff like that. But Azim, he came prepared. He was moving, right? So he had a U-Haul truck. Backed it up and loaded the whole thing up.
Is that a true story?
True story.
The Black Ranger took everything.
Well, all this stuff. Yeah, Black Ranger took all this stuff.
Yeah. We were given, I think it was 10 items of our wardrobe, and the whole time I kept asking for my Energem. Like, they're like, hey, do you want anything for your birthday? My birthday was the first time we filmed at the museum in the first episode, and I was like, yeah, I'd really love an Energem. And like, they didn't give it to me for my birthday, and I kept trying to butter up to the props department. I was like, can I get an Energem? And like, they kind of almost gave me one, but didn't, and they kept holding off. And then at the end, Chip gave us a plaque that had our Energem into the plaque, and then it was our patches as well. And I actually am using that patch for my suit, so it's actually from the show, and it's on my suit. And then I took like my stretchy jeans that Tyler wore, my boots, my bracelet, which is upstairs. I wore it yesterday. And what else? Oh, and then we got an Energem necklace as well. That's at home. This isn't that one. But,
Do you also have a Daigo necklace?
I do, actually, the amber one. Yeah, that was Rich from Sentai Jackets gave me one of those. But yeah, and then I got a Dino Charger as well. And then I went to a kid's birthday party for my friend, because it was his son. And I asked if he wanted to take a picture with the Dino Charger because it was like a Power Ranger themed party. And then he thought I gave it to him, and then he took it, and I couldn't ask for it back, so he has it somewhere. So that was the one I used on. No, I know. And then he moved to San Francisco, so like, my Dino Charger disappeared. Oh well.
I did forget, right? I got my back of a chair, but we also gave that blue outfit, the blue shirt and the black jacket I wear every day. We were like Doug, we wore the same outfit every day. So I have it at home, I forgot I have it. I should wear it sometime. I don't know if it fits. Yeah, they don't give the suits and stuff. That's what I thought y'all, like, because really what we want is the suits, the helmets, and all that stuff. But.
I also have the rollerblades, I forgot.
Ooh.
I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys are just awesome.
Ooh.
I have no idea. I didn't know. Come on, I didn't know. But yeah, they didn't want it anyway.
Those things could have been in a museum.
Right?
Like, so framed up and... Yeah, you could have signed them. Shame on you.
All right, guys, we're going to do one last question here, and then it's going to be raffle time. Yeah. Okay.
What was it like working on Forever Red?
What was it like working on Forever Red? the first person I met when I was on there was Jason Frank. And the thing that he wanted me to do with him the whole time was just screw with Austin. So, making fun of him and poking fun at him and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, I don't know either one of you. This is really not a good idea, but when in Rome, I'm gonna do it. So, it was pretty cool. We, reading the script, you know, a couple of us did have some interesting questions about it, like, why do horses breathe on the moon? I don't know. And why do robots need to ride horses? Again, I don't know. But it was a fun episode. So there you go. It was cool.
All right. Last call for the raffle. Anyone else want to? Okay, go over to this guy over here. You want to do that?
That's right. Anybody wants to buy a raffle ticket right over there. But before we go, Rangerstop has been a great time this weekend, everybody. We're so glad you guys are here. And we have some exclusive merchandise still available. They've actually, we want to let everybody know these bags right now have been marked down to $50. And they include some really great stuff. There's an over $80 value in here. There's a signed print, a comic book, and 2 exclusive art prints from the weekend. Looks like they're made by Griff. They're really awesome. We got the Wild Force one, and we got the others. So if you want to get some of those, you look in the back of the room. She's got the awesome pink hair and the blue bag. So that's it. So that's what you want to see for those. And then before anybody leaves the room, I know you all want to be here for the raffle. I want to do 2 things. First, please give a hand for the cast of the Power Rangers. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm glad we could be part of it. It's so cool. And the second thing, of course, is we want to get a group picture of everybody. The Power Rangers and these guys. So,